Don't say cunt.
Dum da dum.
No, that was over. You kept humming. It was over. Yeah. Well,
sorry, I ruined
this
the
is the. I know. I was on a groove already. I was in a groove.
I know you're really good.
I was in a groove.
All right, let's pretend it didn't happen.
Now I'm degrooved.
Oh no, let's pretend it didn't happen. And
I'm disgrooved.
I'll do the end.
No, I can't just pretend.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the end. Dum da da dum dum dum.
Hello, I'm. Well, now.
Dave Foley.
Have you forgotten who you are?
Yep. I'm Dave Foley, and this is Don't Say Cunt, the show where we make it our mission to provide 45 minutes in your day where no one will say the word cunt, because we know in America you didn't kick the Brits out to have people come around saying cunt at you. You didn't fight for your freedom. You didn't waste a bunch of tea in Boston Harbor just so people would come at you and say cunt.
They kicked them out because they didn't want to hear cunt anymore.
Oh, so that's why we as Canadians, Paul, I believe is Paul Greenberg. Paul Greenberg, who's here with me. That's why we are providing the service to you, Americans.
And it's not the kind of service that we're forced to do by a court.
No, not by a court or even by blackmail.
Well, not by a court.
No, not by a court. And we're joined in studio as well. You can tell there's
some sound.
There's a sound. I don't know what it is.
I think it's I know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
It's Eban Schletter mincing the puce.
Mincing the puce. Yep. Eban Schletter on piano, providing an underscoring to our conversation.
Mincing the old puce.
And Jackie, I guess Jackie couldn't be here today.
Well, mincing the puce.
Oh, there's Jackie.
Mincing is also another mincemeat pie.
Right, it's another and
perhaps
it's another word for cunt.
Perhaps we should not say mince if we can't say cunt.
Well, mince. Well, we haven't started
Mincemeat
yet.
Pie? No,
so,
but
because we haven't introduced
another word we should.
There's another because mince also means to walk like an effeminate person.
Oh, come on.
That sounds
mincing.
Right? So I've been so this whole time I've been mincing.
You've been mincing. Yep.
Mincing the Franks.
I like the way I mince.
Yep. And now I'm going to introduce the last member of our party.
Always last.
And once we do that, then the rule of not saying cunt is formally instituted.
Right.
All right.
But
not
does anyone
then.
want to say cunt before that?
So so we can say it until you introduce the last
Until
person.
I've introduced everyone.
You
Then
know,
the intros.
I didn't know that rule.
No, I did. I knew
Once,
that rule.
yeah, once the intros are over,
Guys, that's
you
always
can
been the
take
rule.
then it's a cunt-free zone.
Know that.
That's a cunty-rific idea.
Then it is a cunt-free zone once we say.
But until then, we can still say cunt.
I can't believe I didn't know that rule.
Well, there.
I can't believe it's not yogurt. Isn't that a commercial?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for cunt.
Is it?
Yeah, for yogurt flavor.
Is it yogurt?
It's for yogurt
I
flavor.
I can't believe it's not yogurt.
Butter.
Butter.
You know, butter.
Ah, butter.
But anyway,
I can't believe it's butter.
Crissy, you ready? Ready for it? Okay. Also, our producer, Crissy Guerrero.
Why, thank you. Thank you. That was a very grand introduction this time.
You got music.
Now
So-
we can't say
Okay,
cunt.
so but wait, is that... Oh,
At what point?
Reset the clock.
Jackie.
Ixnay on the
But
unkay.
What's unkay mean?
But
Cunt.
was that what the Revolutionary War was about then?
That's all.
Yes.
Yes. That's the thing is,
I didn't know
Americans
that.
don't know their own history.
I don't know
No,
that.
no.
No.
Canadians know American history.
We know.
We do,
we
We're
learn
taught
a
it.
lot
We're
of
taught
American
American
history.
history.
Huh?
Yep.
It's because you're like our little brother.
And we also, and we also know what you're up to in other countries.
Yeah,
Name
no.
3 great Canadian war movies.
Made in Canada, made by Canadians,
And about Canadian
My American
wars.
cousin.
That's not a war movie.
Okay.
Paul Gross made a war movie.
Did he?
Paul Gross made a Canadian
Did he?
war
What was
movie.
it? Probably World War One.
Set in I think it was World War One.
Yeah, they always are.
The Canada really
I
likes
forget what it
World
was
War
called.
I.
I think he did I think he did a sequel to it.
What was his show called?
Due South.
Due South.
Oh, it was
Where he
Sponges
played a
of
Mountie.
Valor.
That's it.
It was Sponges of Valor.
Yes. Yeah, where he played the inventor of the medical sponge.
Right. A Canadian.
And he was,
Oh, what's his face? What's his face?
Yeah.
Who's his face?
You know.
Billy Bishop goes to war.
Not Donald Sutherland.
What about not Donald
Yeah.
Sutherland?
He
So,
played in
Norman,
a movie.
Dr. Norman Bethune.
There you go.
Yeah,
Is
it was
that a
it was
war
a
movie?
Canadian. Was
Yeah,
it a
it's not a
movie or
war
was
movie.
it was well?
I don't
part
know,
of
but
it
it
was
took
war.
place Norman Bethune.
It was a TV.
Was a war hero?
special.
Was
it
it a
It was a
hero?
TV. Was it a miniseries? I
Was
think?
it TV? Wasn't it a
think
feature
so.
film?
Name 3
I
great
remember
Canadians.
when he was Norman Banting and Best
Okay.
and Norman Bethune. There,
So you
3.
did 2 and 1. That's
Yeah.
not fair.
Well, there you go.
I'm going to have to say Jonas Salk,
Not Canadian.
Martin Scorsese,
No, oh, no.
and
Jeanette Renault.
Carl Lewis.
Okay, there. 1. You got 1 Canadian out of the 3.
Jeanette Renault.
Yep.
It's hard to name famous Canadians.
Not really. You know, we do it all the
So
time.
many famous Canadians.
Well,
You know, that's all Canadians
that aren't
do.
actors,
That is
that aren't
that's true. I
actors.
can vouch for that.
That's
that
all
aren't-
Canadians.
Anytime a Canadian
that
is
are
on
not
TV,
actors, guys,
Oh,
Mhm.
okay,
Oh.
that's
Musicians.
different.
or musicians that aren't in the arts.
I know, two, Pierre
Norman
Trudeau
Bethune.
see, I can't even remember his name now. The cute Trudeau.
Current Prime Minister
Yeah.
of Canada.
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
I
now.
know.
The
I-
current Prime Minister
Yes.
of Canada.
Prime Minister Trudeau.
What's his first name, Crissy? Not
Gary?
Gary Trudeau.
Gary
That's
Trudeau.
the artist.
Gary Trudeau.
Yeah.
That's the guy who does Doonesbury's.
Well, if I was to ask you
Doonesbury's.
what Timberlake's first name is,
Justin? Oh,
You
damn it. I
gave it
helped
away.
her.
You helped her.
Yeah. What was his father's name?
Justin Timberlake's?
No.
That's
I
the
don't
Prime
know.
Minister of
Justin
Canada?
Trudeau, the
Yes.
first and more important.
I
Trudeau.
said Justin Trudeau. it was the
No,
first
but-
one his
No, his father's way more important.
Chrissy, you were failed. by
Pierre.
the
I said
educational
Pierre
system.
Trudeau.
What's his middle name?
It's a terrible education.
Pierre
system
Elliott.
here.
I was going to say Elie, but that's our friend Pierre Smith's middle name.
No, Pierre Elliott Trudeau, PET, pet.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
yep.
I didn't have a little nickname for him.
And
I'm
his
sorry.
wife was
I
Margaret
know a
Trudeau.
Canadian Nobel Prize winner,
But yes,
Remember Margaret
Who?
Trudeau?
Yeah, she's a rock
Robert
star.
Mundell.
Margaret Trudeau porked the stones.
Yeah. But apparently, I heard it was
Stop.
Ron Wood, not Mick
It
Jagger.
was Ron Wood.
It was Ron Wood.
Oh,
Is that official?
Yeah.
that would
That's
be
what I
my
heard.
that wouldn't be my choice.
I don't know.
I don't know if it was her choice.
Oh,
You know, I don't know.
Well, that's
We don't know. We
That's
don't know
just
what
where she came up
Nobody
in the
knows.
rotation.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
She's
Fair enough.
cool. I like her.
She also
Oh, she was cool. She was so pretty.
She's still cool.
she
Just did a one-woman show.
when they
Did?
Produced
remember
by
how-
my
Yeah.
girlfriend.
Oh,
Do you remember how cool they
Diane
were in
Alexander.
the 70s, though?
yep.
They were the coolest
flower
couple
power
ever.
Flower power.
She basically, it's like our prime minister married a kind of a cute hippie girl.
Yes, he
That's what it was
did.
like.
and
He wore
and he
capes.
was
Why wouldn't he?
And he was an international sex symbol.
He was.
He was. He had long hair.
He wore
Remember?
capes.
But he was
and
bald.
He wore
fedora.
Yes,
capes?
but he
Yeah,
still had
he
long
did.
hair.
Yeah.
He wore. He used to wear
Wait,
beautiful
He wore capes.
capes. Yeah. Well, it was the 60s, 70s.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was the flower power.
He always
PM.
wore a flower in his lapel, a rose.
Yep.
Well,
and
like that.
Red rose.
mhm.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
pretty cool.
For love.
Yeah. He made Canada
And then
seem
when
very
did he
exciting.
date Barbara Streisand? Was it before or
then.
after?
After he and Margaret.
Oh,
Before
was it
Margaret.
after?
Was it after? I don't know.
72? Yeah. No,
How
it
did
was
he-
before.
How
He
did
also
he?
dated
was before.
Leona Boyd,
Yes, he did.
How did
Who's
Trudeau
Leona
keep
Boyd?
getting these hot,
classical
hot
guitar
women?
player, famous Canadian.
Canadian.
Oh, okay. No
How did he keep getting
No
these
He
wonder.
was
hot,
very
hot
sexy.
Hmm?
Trudeau?
Yeah,
He's very sexy.
very sexy.
Yeah.
Was it the cigarettes?
Mhm.
No, it was the capes.
He wore
Yeah.
capes?
I remember-
Yes.
And Margaret
Well, hold
Well,
on.
we just
Wait
covered
a-
this.
Pierre
Okay,
Trudeau.
wait a
capes.
second.
and Margaret
I wore
went to
capes.
Cuba when they went to meet with Fidel Castro in Cuba,
Mhm.
and Margaret showed up in a T-shirt with no bra.
Right.
Seen the photos.
It was the Nipplegate.
Nipplegate.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Pretty amazing.
Yep.
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 Scandal.
It's very lots of
Was it a
scandal.
Scandal, really?
Yeah, it
Like
was a big
scandal?
deal. It was a big deal.
Well,
It
yeah.
was, yeah.
A lot of flack.
Braless.
A lot of
Braless
flack.
scandal.
International.
Yeah. Nipple
Yeah.
flack.
Yep.
Oh, yes. Quite
Nipple
dapper.
flack? That's French
Yeah.
for
See,
nipplegate.
there should be a photo of him with his fedora and a
Oh,
cape
yes,
and
there is.
walking.
There absolutely
Oh,
is.
there's his
Yeah.
cape. I thought he looked a lot like a magician.
He does.
Yeah.
Yes, it is
Yep.
a magician look.
Mhm.
Magicians were pretty cool in the 70s.
Quite dapper.
Mhm.
Oh, the good old days, eh?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Well, here's one.
Mhm.
Yeah, they were a cool couple.
Yep.
Leona Boyd was very pretty.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yep.
Yeah.
Beautiful
she
blonde.
was.
And that's only in Canada
who
can
was
you
Leona
get
Boyd?
famous playing classical guitar.
Yeah. Well,
Only
And
in
the polka
Canada.
guy
No,
that always
you-
won the award.
you have to be famous
Charles
outside of
Osmond.
Canada. First, she was internationally famous.
What's that,
Yes.
Foster?
No, Leona Boyd was internationally famous, and that's why we still remember.
Yeah, and the polka guy always won What's that award called?
Osternack, Charles.
No, the
Oh, now you're just
Grammy.
You're just what?
Yeah, there
The
is
Grammy.
one
Guy?
Canadian guy who kept
He used to
winning
always
Grammys
win
for
every
pole
year. He
vault.
won the Grammy.
Yeah, it's what Happy Wanderers were based on in SCTV.
Oh, there you go.
Cabbage rolls and coffee. Good.
John Candy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's one of my voices.
Already?
Ad.
Really?
Oh,
Already?
What do you mean? How is that possible?
All right.
I don't trust her.
I know
Why would
you're-
you stop trusting me now? Oh,
Okay.
maybe you never
What's
did.
the ad for,
We're
Dave?
gonna pause briefly. I don't know
Oh.
some sort of good or service.
Oh,
Uh,
a gooder.
That if you are a person who buys things online, you probably will
Capes,
you'll-
perhaps?
maybe capes,
Maybe it's for
Yeah.
a paste or cream.
maybe
A salve.
Or
an,
ointment.
an unguent. Yes,
Oh,
an unguent.
I don't like that word.
Yeah.
I do. I think it's hot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Unguent.
I stepped in some
I feel-
unguent.
I don't like
I feel
that.
quite unguous when I say unguent.
Would you please rub this unguent on my back?
Mm. Put it in a
Would be
poultice.
lovely.
Anyway, it could be one of those. It could be an ad for poultices
Oh.
or poltergeist.
Oh.
Oh, I don't know. I wish I was at home listening and
Polter-
hearing an ad
Poltergeist.
Or
instead of
not.
hearing me introduce the ad. That would be much better. So here we go. Let's
You-
pause.
You and me both.
Wow.
Well,
Mm.
one day we'll be right.
Yep. And until then, we will persevere.
What do you think is why does Canada not know its own history, but America knows everything about themselves?
America. Well,
No,
they
we
they
know
only know
our
the
own
good
history.
stuff. Americans only know the
Do
good
we?
stuff
Yeah.
about themselves.
Canadians
They don't know
don't
any
really
bad
know
stuff.
anything about themselves.
Well, no. When we were kids, they started
Grade eight.
teaching us Canadian history.
Grade 8.
Louis Riel.
Louis
Yes,
Riel.
Louis Riel.
I don't even know
Um,
what that is. I'm still confused about Louis Riel.
Yeah, there was the labor riots of Saskatchewan.
See, that's much sexier than
And then
American history.
When we went to
Yeah.
the labor
America,
riots of Saskatchewan.
Remember, didn't you watch the National Dream
Oh, that's when they.
by Pierre Burton?
The
Was that the
Last
same
Spike?
as the last spike?
Yeah,
Last Spike.
is that what
was
it's
a big
called?
deal.
But it's based on the National
Yes.
Dream.
About
based
the
on the book.
railroad.
You wait the whole
That's
movie
the
until
road.
they put the last spike in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at the last
Well,
Spike.
you know
like
what I
that.
didn't know
Gold.
is that you had to watch every other spike go in first. It was a very dull
Well,
series.
it's a
Lot of
Canadian law.
Yeah, it was like
actually.
I mean,
That's,
Have you ever
that's the
millions of
CRTC made them
spikes.
do that.
have you ever
Millions.
traveled the country on the train? Have you done that?
all the way across the country. No,
Uh-huh.
no,
No.
Have you gone north and south? Maybe pretty far.
I've been to Montreal
That's not north.
From
That's-
Toronto?
from Toronto.
Yeah, I
Okay.
do that
That's north.
train a lot.
We took the train up the coast here, up to
Yeah.
Vancouver.
I took the train to come to think of it to New Brunswick.
Did you?
I did when
Oh.
we moved to Nova Scotia.
A sleeping
oh,
car?
See, we
Yeah.
did that too. We took the train from Rwanda to Montreal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice with a sleeping car.
That is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think
love the
I
train.
think I'd like to take a train again
Mm-hmm.
one day. Or would I be
I took-
I'd
bored?
like to take the train
I
to
went-
Moosonee.
I took the night train from Ankara, Turkey to Istanbul.
Ooh, what was
I
that
took
like?
the night train to Istanbul. Now, that is right. Oh well, would you look
Oh
at
my
this?
goodness.
Oh my, this, a twofer.
A twofer.
The Begleys are here.
Dreaded Begleys have
dreaded
arrived. My
Begleys.
God.
Ed Jr.
Nothing will
And
ever be the
Michelle.
same again.
Yeah, Ed comes in every once in a while to read our meter.
Exactly. But you're spinning backwards from all the solar.
Yeah.
It's illegal.
All questions will be directed to me.
Oh, got it.
Yes,
Got it.
yes,
You'll
Michelle.
feel
We,
You're in charge
oh,
here.
we
Oh,
know.
will
Believe
you please
me.
ask Ed if?
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
I get it.
How are you? How's the new house?
Fantastic. It's so wonderful.
So you want Ed to his left? A little more that
That's
way. A
closer
little more
to
on
Rachelle.
the end.
There's a lot of danger involved with that. Are you
Yeah.
sure you want that? I think we need a referee between us, actually.
Do you want me to sit between you two?
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right.
I wouldn't want
Remember the play? We needed a ref.
That's right.
We did. Where?
Both
Right.
of them.
We're going
You
to
talking
the
that?
right.
All
Oh,
right.
now both to the right. Okay.
I don't think the Begleys go to the right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Good joke.
Hard
Good
left.
joke.
Yeah.
I love it.
Rochelle, do you go by Begley? I don't
No,
never
never.
asked. No.
Oh,
what- no.
if
To get tabled.
Wow, you answered really
get a
quickly.
table at a nice restaurant.
if
that's
that
about it.
if I
very
thought that
quick
would
answer.
help, I would.
What
Do you
did,
know
what, so I don't know your.
I
what-
do.
What's
I
your
do
last
something.
name? Well, what's your last name?
Carson.
Carson. Okay.
But I go by
Rochelle
Begley
Carson.
sometimes.
Well,
if I-
look, clearly you're not committed to this relationship.
No, not
Yeah,
at all.
yeah.
Clearly.
You're always looking for a way out. That's a
Yeah.
that's a good
I know.
thing.
Not
Got one
unlike
foot out the
Crissy
door,
Folk. Yeah.
believe me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Retain that last name.
Well, their daughter's grown now.
Yeah,
so,
Crissy and I got back together again like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
No, because I saw you in
There's hope
Paris.
for us, honey.
Yeah, but is this a bad sign? She keeps the car running in the driveway for the
Just
whole
to get
for 2
my
years.
goat just about the environment. And
Yeah,
that
that's
fuel.
That's right.
Piss off
Be an
Ed.
attack on Ed.
Yeah, but it makes me feel unsettled. That's all I know.
Understand. We have an electric car which she somehow keeps running all the time.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Which one do you have?
I have the Nissan Leaf, which I drive. Then we got her a plug-in hybrid, so she doesn't have range anxiety. She knows she can always get home wherever she is.
Because the Nissan Leaf's over 200 miles, right?
No,
No.
the one, it's 87 miles of range, which is enough around LA, but longer trips, she's got the Chevy Volt with a V, which is plug-in hybrid. The first 58 miles is pure electric, and we charge that on solar, so it's clean. And then after that, it clicks on to gasoline.
Well, what was the one? There's one that had the same mileage as the Tesla.
It's a Toyota.
The,
no, not
the
that.
Chevy
Rav?
Bolt
The
has
Chevy, the
Bolt
Bolt,
with a B.
right?
Is it?
That's
that has
the
250 some odd miles,
Yeah.
250. Yeah,
Yeah, but who's ever going to drive that far?
No one.
exactly.
I mean, that's
I drive
that's
that
like,
far every day.
I know.
You go up the edge of the earth if you go that far.
I know.
I never, I mean, most people are like me, right? They never leave the house.
Right. Most people.
Oh, the house. Got that Canadian.
Oh, yeah. We're
Who's
Canadian.
the who's?
The house. Leave the house, eh?
Yeah.
I don't like to leave the house. I stay home a lot these days. I stay home
Much
in
to
the
my
garden.
dismay. Yes.
I know.
indeed.
She- Get out.
Yeah.
You know how that is.
I know how that is. I hear you.
I know your pain.
Yeah.
What do you mean you have
I'll
to
get
go
a
out of
job.
town? Oh, how many nights? Oh,
Yeah.
Let me pack.
That's so sad.
2 nights.
Do you find it is it sad that all the environmental stuff you predicted, none of it came true?
More than sad, it's a little depressing. I never thought we'd be pushed back so far as we have been with this administration, with the Department of Interior and the EPA, all the scandals there and all the bad decisions. That even the automakers are going, well, we don't want that. You're fighting for us supposedly, but you're making it worse for us. Please don't do that. We want certainty. We want to know what kind of cars we're putting out. We're all geared up to do electrics now to compete with China, and so. That's a whole nother game.
Yeah, no, but it is beyond shocking though. 'Cause
It's like a dream. Well, a nightmare.
No, not a dream.
It's like a nightmare.
Like Obama finally got some
Right.
small incremental steps forward
Right.
A little.
to actually dealing with a huge problem,
Yep.
and then
Push
this
him
guy-
back.
and
Push
all
him back.
erased.
Way
2
back.
years.
Just erased everything that ever happened.
Yeah, we're now back pre Nixon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
We
Nixon
are,
was
actually.
something of an environmentalist. He signed
Yeah.
the Clean Water Act, the Clean Air Act, Endangered Species Act.
Really?
I'm not sure he cared deeply about it, but he knew the pressure of 10,000 people in the mall in Washington and what that meant. That was a big issue. So he did the right thing for maybe not always the best reasons, but he did it. He signed
Yeah.
those acts. And that's impressive.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah. Nixon was very, very.
I know he was so clean.
He was. He created the EPA.
I mean, except for how dirty
Yeah.
he was.
Clean except for all that other stuff.
I
but-
All
wonder-
that other stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that secret war in Cambodia that killed
That's right.
Yeah.
tens of
Yeah,
thousands
except
of
for that.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That stuff.
Yeah.
He didn't want to be
Yeah.
purely
Even the not
bad.
secret war in Vietnam wasn't very good.
Exactly.
Yeah. And and of course the other great environmentalist president was Theodore Roosevelt,
Yeah.
also a Republican.
Exactly.
Now, is he the one who created all the public park, all the parks
National
and
park
all the national
system,
parks?
National park system was
Yep.
his.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
And when he saw all the stumps there up in Northern California, he said whoever did this should rot in hell. And he had forest protections he helped put in.
And then he and the Rough Riders rode into hell to make sure it happened.
Exactly.
Wow, that's how tough he was.
That's how he was.
He was that tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
And he could use his mustache to fly. That's a true story.
See, that's
I
Sorry.
didn't know that.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
mustache would actually form wings.
It was kind of a Dumbo
Would
thing.
flap.
Yeah,
No,
they don't
why,
teach you that.
Why would they
school.
leave that out of the book?
I don't know.
I know.
Really weird.
It's
Well,
really
Dave's
exciting part of
Canadian, and he
history.
probably knows more about our history than we
Well,
do.
you know, we were kind of
We're
just talking about
saying
that.
that.
we were
Yeah.
Really?
we
We
were
got-
talking history.
Yeah,
before
But
we
I
got
was
Rob.
saying,
We got three Canadians here.
and how we don't know any Canadian history.
Yeah.
We're never
Not a-
taught any of that.
You guys have no clue what ever happened in Canada.
Well, they might have.
The nice people in the north.
Most of us.
that's right.
all.
That's
Yeah.
who we are. Right.
Until I lived
Most
there.
of my friends can't name but 3 or 4 provinces. They certainly couldn't name any of the Maritimes.
No.
They just have no idea that there are provinces, I'm
Yeah.
afraid.
And
I-
very
I-
close.
Well, it's
I hear
confusing
tell
for us too.
some
'cause-
Americans don't even know the first name of the prime minister.
Right here. Didn't
I
even
know it.
Doesn't even know the
I just
name of the
couldn't
prime
think
minister.
of it for a second.
Well, it's Trudeau.
Oh, you see that? Yeah.
Trudeau.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait.
see?
I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Justin Trudeau.
Justin,
We-
the cute one.
Hey, what,
As Canadians, we know American history as well as you guys
Yes,
do.
we
I
do.
know,
I
but you're
found
not
that out.
resentful about it. I know.
No.
'Cause I live there, and I know how not resentful you guys are.
Yeah, until you walk away and hear
Yeah.
us talking.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
boy. Those
You
Americans.
really do know.
Oh, geez, how you
do
doing?
know.
Can I get you a coffee, eh?
I
We're
stab
very
you in the
nice
back,
to your
yeah.
face.
Very nice.
To your face.
Where did you live when you were in Canada?
Toronto.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
you even say
Immigration
Toronto.
laws
Oh,
are a
yeah.
lot stricter
Oh, yeah.
now. They wouldn't allow it in these.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's where we're from.
Exactly.
Yeah. Usually, whenever an American leaves the room, we all go, "We burned down the White House."
Yeah. That's our one thing. That's the one cool thing we ever
Did
did.
you really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1812.
In the War of 1812, which we won, by the way.
Yeah. By the way,
Clearly.
which doesn't appear in your history books, I've noticed.
No, no.
I don't even remember what happened.
It doesn't appear in ours
Well,
either
they
because
burned
we
down
feel
the White
bad
House.
about it.
Yeah.
We're sorry, eh?
We don't write anything down that we feel bad
We
about.
got you back. You got to stay up there in the north and get cold and all.
Yeah, I described them as our little brother.
Yeah.
I
I
know.
know.
Or idiot cousin lives up in the attic.
We're the
Stay up
idiots
there,
down here
Kay.
these days. I'm afraid you're the smart
Yeah.
ones. up
Well,
north.
I know. Well,
Yeah, really.
you know, we had our weird run-in with the right up there.
I
in
remember.
Toronto.
You
Had.
did. I
It
think I
was pretty weird.
And we may
Have.
again.
Have.
We may again.
Have now.
It's still going. I mean, it's
it's happening
weird.
in Poland and Hungary and lots of other places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This weird
It's like a disease spreading the globe.
nationalism, white nationalism.
But you have great gun control. I mean, well,
you. Thank you.
anything's
people
great
have
compared
guns,
to
but
us.
they're just not crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
not
yeah,
everybody
there's
has
a
a
lot
gun.
of guns. Yeah,
We need
a lot of guns.
Because it's a large
wilderness.
farming,
Farm and hunting,
hunting.
hunters
Yeah,
and
people
farmers
love
have guns, but they don't.
hunting
Yeah.
in Canada.
But they don't have the problems
each
we
other.
have here.
No,
No.
right. Good
No,
point.
first of all, it's too cold.
Yeah. You need to go out.
Go out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just planning it.
Yeah.
It's just like forget it.
Yeah.
You just don't go out.
And trigger fingers a little frozen.
Yeah. No.
I love
Already
Trump
it's too
blaming it
hard.
on video games. It turns out they have video games in other countries around the
Right,
world
yeah,
that
right.
have
Yeah,
I know.
the same problem.
Doesn't
Yeah.
seem to happen there.
I know our son was very mad about the video games and metal thing because he
Yeah.
likes both metal music and video games.
But of
And
course-
He was incensed.
But of course, we have no mental illness in Canada.
no.
no,
Right.
no, because
Right,
that
not
was
a bit.
Because you
Yeah.
sent
No.
it to us. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Thank you.
I wish I had a little John. That was good.
Yep. Hey, what if it turns out that Trump is a fantastic carbon sink, though? I mean, what if he absorbs carbon? What if he
Oh,
saves
you mean-
the planet?
Oh, that's right.
If
Wouldn't that
like
be
all
something?
the carbon
Because I know he's
absorbs
not
into
human.
him,
Yeah.
What if the creature that he is? What if he breathes in carbon
he's like
dioxide?
a rainforest.
Then
Yeah.
his life
I think
would
he's
be
able
worth
to
That way he's
bend-
so bloated.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, certainly. Yeah, there's something weird.
He's so massive, light bends when it goes close to them. Coming from this technology.
Yeah,
Because of his mass.
yeah,
Who?
Oh yes, I'm sorry.
yeah. In time.
Eat that mic.
Eat the mic.
Eat the mic.
Yeah.
Well, this is all being powered by the guy you hear on a bicycle. Right
Yeah.
now,
Thank
so-
you for that.
Yeah,
yeah.
Wonderful.
So
I'll
I
get
wish.
on and ride for
We like
a while
to do
if
our
you
part.
want.
Yeah.
I would.
Very good.
Yeah.
Now, are you two married too?
Yes.
We
Oh,
are.
so that's the
for
whole
now.
Married, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a little
See,
married.
I did take his last name for our 20th wedding anniversary. I
did?
thought it would be a hoot.
She's
Oh,
really
yeah.
angry about it. She's still angry.
And it means she didn't have to buy him anything.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I took your name, eh? Very difficult.
Are
very,
we still
very
technically married, honey? I can't
Oh,
remember.
technically, we're very
Yeah.
much married in California law.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the toughest of the laws, I think.
Technically.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's like Dave and I were technically never divorced.
Yeah.
Oh, that's helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so helpful when we got
Yeah.
back
Because
together.
we're not good at
'Cause
paperwork.
Technically, we were
Yeah.
still married.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm surprised. Chrissy's very good at paperwork.
Yeah,
I'm
but they-
surprised she didn't go, you know what? Enough done. Pay
No,
me."
they made me stop. Up in Canada, there was because he was still dealing with things with his
Right.
another
We
situation.
won't talk about it. Yes.
She shall
And
not be
the
named.
lawyers up there made me pause to get that all taken care of, and then
Yeah.
Think about
and
that,
then,
honey.
and
Take
then
a
I didn't want to
pause.
lose my insurance.
No,
so-
you never
got
do.
lazy.
Yes. Yeah.
Take a pause for a second. Call off your dogs. I've got these legal documents coming daily. For God's sake.
No, I'm in for the long haul because of the insurance, of course.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Oh, you need it. You
Yeah.
need
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
we need
Scary to not have that.
Not in this country.
This
That's
guy's
all.
yeah.
And you
I
guys
know.
work together too, don't you? Do shows
We try
together?
not
yeah.
have
but
in the past.
it's the only way I'll get a job. Actually,
Yeah.
is
Well, you were doing a reality show.
We
show
were.
about the remodeling of your house.
Well, we
for a
did,
while.
yes, many shows in regards to that. Yes, but we did. I did. I made him do it.
Uh-huh.
I made Dave do this.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
look at that.
Yeah.
So
and
there
I
you
made
are.
Paul
Yeah,
do
she
that.
made me do this. So yeah.
We're very smart.
And we all make Eban do everything,
Yeah, yeah.
right, Eban?
Evan does whatever
Yeah.
you tell him.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need a job, so they
a
want
great-
you. They don't want me, but it's a package deal.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, and Ed's got a job now.
I got a job on a wonderful show on ABC called Bless This
Oh,
Mess
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
on Tuesday nights at 9:30. Wonderful show, and
Is
I'm
it
really
9:30?
enjoying. It's on 9:30 now, I
Oh.
believe.
Well,
They
don't we DVR everything anyway?
And that's with
so.
Kristen Bell and
Uh,
no,
The
not her husband.
of Kristen
husband.
Bell, correct.
Yeah, right.
Dak Shepard and
Dak Shepard.
Lake Bell. You
Lake
had
Lake
Bell.
Bell.
There is
yeah.
a bell.
Yeah.
You
I
rang
was
the wrong
confused.
bell.
I was confused because Kristen Bell has 17 shows right now.
She does, I know.
Yeah.
I was on
But-
one of them.
but
I
Lake
was
Bell.
Dean Odell with Kristen Bell on Veronica Mars.
The new
Back in-
Veronica Mars?
The old one.
Oh, the old one. You know, they're making a new one on Hulu now.
I know. I got to get back on
Yeah,
that.
I know.
Gotta get back.
Oh, wait. They killed me. I don't think I can
Oh,
do
they
that.
killed you? Oh,
Did
come
they?
on.
Oh.
You
They
know,
killed
I-
me off. Dean Odell died.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but maybe you really didn't die.
Exactly.
Yeah, they
They
killed
do it on
was
other
all a
shows.
dream.
Come on.
They killed Martin Mull on Mary Hartman, but he
Yep.
still got to be on Fernwood Tonight.
That's correct.
As Garth's brother Barth's brother Garth.
That's correct.
Garth's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was Barth's brother Garth.
Yeah.
Garth Gimble.
Barth. Bartholomew.
That
Yeah.
must be a terrible moment when you look at the script and you find out you're going to be killed.
Yeah.
That
did
must
that
be
feel?
awful.
Correct.
Is that bad?
That
Depends
could
if-
be a bad feeling. Ricky Jay had that. He was in the car on the way to do Deadwood, and I think the driver said something, or somebody said something, some makeup or hair. Now, the knife, when you get the knife, you got to be careful. We got a blood thing that you got to break. What?
Yeah.
Turn the car around. Take me home. I
Is that why he disappears off the show? He actually disappears.
think
off
something
the
like
show.
that happened.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
You didn't stay to shoot his death scene?
You know, I was a rabid St. Elsewhere fan. That was
Oh, thank
my
you.
favorite show.
That was
Really?
a great
Yes.
show.
Oh,
Thank
very
you so
much.
much.
Yes,
Yeah.
my
How old
favorite.
were you?
I was 45 back then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
this
look
is just
young.
this is all. I'm just tightened. I just get tightening all the time. But that show.
Who was your favorite character?
Howie
You.
Mandel. Oh,
No, Howie. I'm from Toronto, so it was really weird watching a stand-up comedian, Howie Mandel, act.
right.
back
But
then.
he did very
He did
good.
good.
I
He
thought
was
he did
amazing.
very
Yeah.
well.
He was amazing. But I used to be obsessed with that show because you guys would do the strangest things.
Very
on that
strange.
Show.
Yeah, very odd.
I mean, you had a whole episode that took place in hell where we were sitting in a rowboat across. There was
Right, with the recently deceased Terrence Knox, Dr. Peter White had gotten
Exactly.
shot, and he was there in a boat with Howie, I believe.
and not allowed to go to shore because
That's
he's in
correct.
hell. I mean, it was brilliant.
Because of
but-
the rape, right?
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that's one
And
show
that was
that
what was the finale?
the
with,
finale is famous.
Yeah,
for
with the
What?
It was all taking place in the snow globe.
the snow
It was
globe.
all an autistic child's dream.
the entire.
Very rosebud.
we parodied that on News Radio.
That's right.
Yes,
We
you
did an
did.
episode where it was Stephen Root sitting on the floor.
That's funny.
He's the autistic.
It
child.
wasn't
Yes.
exactly a crowd pleaser, that ending. Some
No.
people liked
Was
it.
for me.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody liked
It blew your mind.
Blew my mind. Blew my
That's
mind.
great.
I even have a copy of the script of the Hell episode at home.
Really?
I found
Oh,
it.
great.
I
You
found
really
it at
were
a
a
garage
fan.
sale.
And a pillowcase.
Is that
And
what
pillow-
brought you to LA?
I have a St. Elsewhere pillowcase.
Yeah.
How weird is that?
A pillowcase.
Because
Yeah,
the
from the
script, the script person lived next door to us
How
down the street.
wonderful.
But wait,
They
they
had it
made
all in her garage.
they made sheets of
Well,
St.
because
Elsewhere.
it's a hospital.
Well, it's a hospital.
It's a hospital. They have bedding.
Oh,
Oh, so
was a
like
prop
on
the show.
part of the like props.
Yeah.
so you were already in LA when you were seeing this.
No,
No,
this
but
is
then-
back in Toronto. This
So what
is-
about the script person living?
This
near
was
you?
at a sheer coincidence. She had
Sheer
a garage sale. I look on the thing and there's a script from St.
Oh,
Elsewhere.
in Toronto.
No, here
Oh,
in
I'm
LA.
so confused.
Well, they
Yeah.
should-
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Whatever.
Actually, she didn't. She had other sort of scripts. And he was looking through it and he said, "Any St. Elsewhere?" She said, "Actually." She went in the house and then she found you. She says, "I've got something." She was so excited that he cared and he was
Yeah.
such a fan. And then she brought him the pillowcase.
Yeah, it was very
Oh my
exciting.
That's very
Ah.
sweet of
Cool.
her.
I know. I know.
Very
You
cool.
know, it's nice when
Was her name Margaret?
I don't know
That's a
her
long
name.
time.
I didn't care enough to
Say
find
yes.
out.
I understand.
Yeah.
But
I was
maybe
just,
it was
I was just
Margaret.
like, give me the script. And I give her
why I
a
said
dollar
it
and I
was
left.
She was
Mag-
very nice and
Maggie.
very
No.
thorough.
Yes,
It was a little ahead of its time, that show.
Yeah.
definitely.
You know?
Grant Tinker? Mark Tinker?
Mark
Yeah,
Grant.
I just spoke to Mark just yesterday.
Wow.
And did Howie ever? Now it was because he's famously a germaphobe.
Yes,
Yes, he is.
Did he ever have to touch anybody?
I don't think he was a
He
germaphobe
did,
back
and
then, was he?
That's
he
what-
kept that quiet. He kept it to himself back in the day. I didn't really see
Yeah.
evidence of it.
No, I worked with him in the 90s, and I had to make out with him, and he
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
How did he
It's
handle
a,
that?
Yeah, because it's a
He
crippling
handles-
problem for him. Yeah.
He handled a little too much, and I'm still mad about it.
No, he was wonderful. I did his sketch comedy show, and he did not
did I.
present Sunshine Thingy.
The one up in Canada?
Yeah.
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 We're both on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, eh?
Oh yeah,
Totally, eh?
Yeah.
Totally on it, eh?
Yeah.
totally
You know-
did that. Yeah,
Oh, Howie.
yeah, there.
I have a great.
I almost got eaten by a lion because of Howie.
Why?
What's that?
Well, not even a lion, a liger.
A liger.
I was on his daytime talk show,
right.
and he had someone on he had these people come on with a liger, which
Half
is a
lion, half tiger.
yeah. And this woman came out.
Sounds like such a lie.
We're sitting on the stage, and this woman came out riding, like a circus outfit, riding on the back of the liger.
Uh-oh.
And then the liger fell off the stage.
Uh-oh.
no.
And went running into the crowd, the audience, and people, the whole crowd screaming and yelling.
yeah.
And then I looked down and I see the liger coming back to the stage, like straight at me, and everyone's just screaming. But finally, the trainers got hold of the liger,
That's
Yeah.
and
good
but it
showbiz
was
story.
but
Could
it
have
was
been
amazing.
a
I remember
Sigmund-
just sitting there, just watching a liger come at me. I thought,
Could be a Siegfried and Roy.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
That's how it
definitely.
ends. This
And
is
it
how
had-
it ends.
it was 11 feet long,
Wow.
and it had its paws were as big as
11
my head.
feet.
Like including the tail.
11
Not
feet,
including the tail.
11
Not
feet if
including
it
the
did
tail?
this. You
Yeah,
mean?
if it stood up against something, it would be 11 feet tall.
I worked with panthers, these black leopards, in this movie called Cat People, and they were extremely wild and dangerous.
Yeah.
Was that in Europe? Were you in France for that, or where?
No, we did it all in the States. We did a bit in New Orleans. We did
Yeah.
the rest of it Universal on the back lot and on stages.
Do you think rules were different
we-
back then, like to work with animals and stuff? Do you think people were as careful? Like, or they just just look out of the way, don't let it eat you?
No, they were very careful.
Yeah.
They said, if somehow the leopard gets out of the cage,
Run.
Run.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Yeah.
very, very dangerous. We're very
Coincidentally-
careful around it. Be careful around the cage. We don't get too close to it.
Right.
Yeah.
We just met Annette O'Toole 2 nights ago at the Elvis Costello concert.
Oh, you guys went
She's
to
a-
that?
Yeah.
She's a dear friend of mine. I love
Yeah,
Annette.
she's beautiful. Yeah, she was there with Michael McKeon and
Yes, they're married.
yeah, and their daughter, and
Nell.
they were delightful. Yeah, they were lovely. It's the first time I'd ever met them. They
There's
were
Nell and Anna.
great, yeah.
Both
Anna.
lovely
It was
girls.
Anna.
Is Anna?
Anna.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Was it Blondie?
red
too?
hair.
Who else was playing?
Blondie, and
Blondie.
Elvis
Blonde.
Costello. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to meet Annette O'Toole. She's great.
It was weird. It was Blondie, Elvis Costello, and Michael Feinstein, which I thought was totally out of character.
It
for the
was
show.
not.
No.
It wasn't
that.
And
That would
Charo,
Charo and Michael Feinstein.
Wonderful guitarist.
rounding out the bill. Yeah.
She's a
Who
great
booked
guitar
this?
player.
It's
That's
like
the-
the
It really
worst.
is. That's what they say.
She's
Oh,
had a
wonderful.
resurgence.
That's the thing. Charo was a great guitar player, and Jim Neighbors, beautiful voice.
My
Beautiful
mother.
voice,
My
Jim
mother.
Neighbors.
would say,
My mother loved it.
oh,
Loved Jim
that
Neighbors.
Jim Neighbors. What a voice.
Oh, my papa.
Why doesn't Liberace find a nice girl and settle down?
Confirm bachelor.
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't gonna let anyone tie him down. Nope.
Unless.
Yeah.
Oh, Liberace.
Yeah. The golden age of closet homosexuality.
Now it's just all out there. It's nothing, no surprises.
No surprise.
Yeah. Ed, you have something to say?
That's why she's been keeping the car running.
Exactly.
It's okay, honey.
On weekends, that's
You don't
up
want
to
to
me
come
what
out,
I
it's
do.
fine. Yeah.
That's an interesting form for a marriage. Yeah.
Yeah.
On weekends,
Yeah.
it's up to you. Whatever you do, you choose
did you
to do.
guys
That's
meet?
entirely up to you.
We met.
through a Canadian.
For real?
Maurice LaMarche introduced us.
I know Maurice.
Oh, I know
We
Maurice.
love Maurice. I love him
Yeah.
for it.
Brilliant voiceover.
Pinky and the Brain.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, he's
Brilliant.
fantastic. And so we met, and then we didn't exactly hit it off right away.
Nope.
We re-met in '93, and then really hit it off, and we've been together ever since.
So you hated each other when you first met each other?
Yeah,
Just like in a romantic comedy.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
It was a meet cute.
Yeah.
That's
I-
right.
I
Rom-com.
moved to Toronto,
Uh-huh.
and then I moved back. And mostly because it was cold.
Yeah. Good reason.
Other than that, I would have stayed. But it was obviously destiny. So, yeah.
When you met the second time, did you remember meeting the first time?
Oh, yes.
Was that uncomfortable?
Oh, boy.
I had a decision to make. Do I say hi or not?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What did you decide?
Well, clearly.
Oh,
yeah.
Should have thought
It
it
was
through.
just sort of history.
And then what changed? What was it this time that was
I don't know. It was just a little
I
daring.
wore it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and Ed stopped wearing chaps.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That was the deal breaker?
No,
at
it
the time?
started wearing
Yeah.
chaps. That's what happened.
I want my men to wear chaps or nothing else.
I had chaps.
Yeah, I met her.
And,
When I met her, she was wearing a chastity belt.
Really?
Yeah, for real.
For real.
With a giant lock on the crotch.
You know, it was cool.
And she was a waitress, and the lock kept banging the table every
No.
time she came to take her order.
Wow.
Giant lock on her crotch.
In
Wow.
Canada?
Yeah.
Was this a
on
theme
Queen Street.
restaurant?
It was my theme. It was my theme.
Yeah, it was just
Very
her
nice.
thing.
Queen
Was it-
Street, 89.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was there in 90.
Yeah.
I was there in 89 now that I think of it. I
Oh.
was there doing a TV movie. Had a great time.
What was the TV movie?
It was called Spies, Lies, and Naked Thighs.
Oh my God.
And you didn't meet Jackie on that?
No.
Yeah,
I
are
know.
you sure?
Well, my thighs were unavailable. I was wearing just
Right, yeah,
at that time.
There was some great restaurants on Queen Street. There
Yes.
still are, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely restaurants back in 89.
Been
Yeah.
there in a very long
It was the
time.
Peter Pan that she worked at. I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember that one.
Like
That was hers.
little.
It was a nice little restaurant.
Wonderful little place.
Mhm.
Great.
The chastity belt, Peter Pan?
Just me.
Yeah.
No, just her. It wasn't
I
like
was
it wasn't like the outfit for the restaurant.
Yeah.
But
I have a very dear friend, Lisa Mann, who is an actual artist. Like she does everything. But one of the things she was doing back then was designing clothes, and they were all sort of medieval themed and very interesting with keys and locks and
big locks.
big locks.
Yeah.
Big locks. But didn't work, clearly. Chastity, get it?
Yeah.
Dave, where's your chastity belt?
My chastity belt is my personality.
That's good.
Mine too.
Yeah. Pretty much now it is.
And how is Hayden?
Hayden is great. She's working in the writer's room at the show that I'm doing, Bless This Mess.
Oh,
So
really?
wonderfully
oh my God,
generous.
She's not old enough to do that.
Isn't
She's
that
a
amazing?
PA.
How old
Oh
is she?
my goodness.
She'll be 20 soon, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wow. I met Hayden when she was 7.
7. Because
Yeah.
That's
7.
right.
Our daughter was 4.
2007, that's correct.
Yeah, she was 7. And
Wow.
Is that when you did Reuben?
Caesar and Reuben.
Caesar and Reuben. Crissy was so great in this play. For those of you who don't know, the beautiful voice that she has, she's a great actress, of course,
Yes.
and what a voice. You were fantastic in that play. I'm forever in your debt for being in that,
Oh,
being
please.
so incredibly wonderful.
It was completely my pleasure. I loved doing the show and loved working with you
Yeah.
guys.
It's a great-
Thank
Obviously,
you.
we've
We
remained
love working
friends.
with you. I'm glad we have.
And it was surprising to see you play Cesar Chavez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. You put
I'm
new
a
spin on it.
chameleon. I am a
I went
chameleon.
off type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know Caesar was that adorable.
Yeah.
And the mustache didn't throw me. I thought it was cool.
No, that was a good.
Please
That was a
don't eat
fun.
grapes.
I like that show. Yeah,
It was a great show, yeah.
that's where you met Claudia too, isn't it?
It is. I met
Claudia Dolph.
Claudia Dolph, yeah. And we are now doing it. Well, we've had our variety show together, Claudia and I, the
Yes,
CNC
of course.
Variety Hour. And now we're doing, we're writing a scripted podcast that's about a Latinx superhero.
Give her our love.
And we've called in a bunch of Caesar and Reuben alums.
Well, yes.
So, Gustavo and
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Good,
it's
good.
The gang.
Gustavo and Benny and Dan.
I love that
everybody.
gang.
Yeah. So you are the cause, the reason that I have this big pool
Your
of
career and
people.
your marriage and your tour.
Yeah, you guys did everything for me.
Exactly.
I am indebted
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
$28 a week. And we're indebted to you.
Oh, good old 99-seat theater.
I don't even think you can do it anymore.
You can't, not like that. No,
Not
you
like
have to-
that.
You have to pay a lot more.
Yeah. Well, that's not happening. So,
In some cases, you should.
Really, Rachelle? You're not going to produce that again?
how much is that? No, you can't have it.
Nope.
Yep. That's the way. Yeah. Ask Ed. He'll
It was
give it
great.
to
It
you.
was so much fun.
It
was
was.
a wonderful show in which you were wonderful.
Yeah.
So many great people in it, though.
It
We
was-
did a
Yes,
lot
I
of-
remember
really-
the night Dolores Huerta came.
Yeah.
To the
Yes.
show.
Magical night when
That-
Dolores came.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was there that night.
Were you there this
Yes.
night?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait a minute! You were Dolores.
I was
Huerta.
Dolores.
She
I was playing the
Dolores
role of
Huerta.
Dolores.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only I did it in Italian and got fired.
Yeah. You wouldn't have been fired, trust me.
Yeah.
Could you
Mare questo show.
could you stand?
bene.
Could you put on a dress? You would have in the show. Yeah. Just like
Yeah. And what's the other?
The best was having Rachelle and Hayden in their black wigs.
yeah. And
Latino.
Mexican.
To look Mexican.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
if I'm paying for it, I'm in it.
If Charlton Heston can do it, you can.
That's right.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
I'm just a Mexican police officer.
I love the little mustache he had in that movie.
Senor, I don't understand.
I know. The first time I did it, I wasn't in the field because we did it. Another production with Crissy was not in, which was unfortunate because, but we got to do the second, which was better. And I said, no, I like that field song. I want to be in it. And then my friends would come and see me and they go, you really don't belong in that field. I'd be like, but I want to be in it.
But I do remember one of the reviews mentioned all the farm workers, how beautiful all the farm workers were, how some of them looked like models.
Well, it was another
There's no
body,
saying they're not beautiful. I mean, I know a lot of beautiful farm workers.
There were there were some Scandinavians that came over in Minnesota.
Yeah.
They need work
That's in
too.
the California history books.
That's right. That's right. No, but I did find it very interesting. First of all, that that you knew Caesar. Says that.
He was
But
a
you
dear
knew him
friend of
very
mine,
well. Yeah, he was a dear friend of yours, and you were a pallbearer.
Oh, wow.
Passed away.
I did not know
And,
that.
I had the
Yeah.
honor and sadness of carrying his coffin through the streets
Yeah.
of Delano, and 35,000 people turned out for his memorial, for his funeral. And I'd never seen a crowd that big for a funeral in my life. It was extraordinary. He was loved. He was a great guy. He lived very simply, the way the farm workers did. He never really lined his pockets all those years. He was the head of a world-renowned union, and very simple man, a wonderful man.
Wonder what he'd be thinking today.
Oh, my
boy.
goodness,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
I remember in Montreal, my mom, we were always, we
We had the sign in our window.
I remember
No,
hearing
great.
that.
In Canada.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We had the sign in our window. Our
Wonderful.
neighbor
Going
had the
to
sign in their
Dominions
window.
across the
Boycott grapes,
street.
boycott grapes.
And my mother going, and, we'd always, get our fruit and get our apples, get our Macintosh apples.
Yeah.
Don't buy the
And
grapes.
she'd be, oh, mustn't get the grapes. No, we marched against James Bay up then the Hydro-Quebec, which was the
Yeah, I
was
remember
destroying
that fight.
the
Wow,
environment.
Look at you guys.
We lived in northern Quebec at the time, and we would go and march for that. And also a lot of the First Nation communities were affected by that.
Right,
So
that's right. I remember that.
that was part of the community there. So, I guess my mom was an activist, really. It's
God
sort of
bless.
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good people, you Canadians. God
Yeah.
bless you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some.
Some.
Not Dave. Not Dave.
Yep.
Not Paul.
No, not me.
Not
but
Dave,
some
not
people are
Paul.
really good.
Yeah. We still.
I ate grapes secretly in the closet. while I grew up.
But only the rubber kind.
Yeah.
I'm not doing without my grapes.
And we're still fairly horrible to our First Nations people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, good. So are
Some
we.
tradition-
So,
it's a
there you
tradition.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a lot has changed.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, they're actually having problems up in the old Oka area again.
Yeah.
Why? What happened?
The Indian land's being not Indian land. We don't call it Indian in
we
Canada.
don't.
First Nations land. I'm using
Right.
the American terms.
I know.
Things
It's
become
being
more
used for.
famous down when an incident happens in America. It's like people make movies about it, and everybody in Canada things don't become popular
Yeah.
like that.
There's not enough of you up there.
No,
That's
there's
what,
not.
That's
No.
what
So
it is. That's really
like
Yeah.
we've had lots of
And
incidents, but
the
nobody
few
knows
Canadians
about them.
that there are don't want to watch other Canadians do anything.
No,
You know what
because
I
they're
really-
resentful.
Have fun, yeah.
We just went to our son's going to Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo, and at the orientation they start everything with a film that the kids did about the Chumash, and they went in and worked with them to apologize for taking the lands and work together on a way to incorporate it, and they do it through these blessings and things they say. And
the big part of the school now.
Yeah, and
wonderful.
the new dorms are named Yakatutu and Aloehe and all, and everything has a meaning, and you have to understand what the meaning in, and it all starts with gratitude towards the earth and to.
And Trump put that into play?
And
Is
Yeah,
Trump
can
did
you believe
that.
that?
Yeah.
Can you believe
Yep.
So
personally?
you guys are all wrong.
That guy's okay.
Somehow
I
I
take it
don't
back.
think he did. Somehow.
I take it back. He's all right.
Well, if I'm not very much mistaken, Eban is musically telling us to shut up.
Oh, Evan.
Was it
sounds
over?
Well, it was
we're
great
getting
chatting
the
with
end
you.
here. It was lovely to see you
This
guys.
was
great.
wonderful.
Let's do this again.
I would
That would be
love that.
delightful,
Me
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Really
Love it.
fun.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, yeah.
For sure.
And of course, we want to thank, as usual, Dustin Knaus, Lauren Afnier, Kaylin Rushing, and Hazel Tito.
Subscribe to Don't Say Paul and Dave on iTunes and Stitcher. No, Stitcher. Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Don't Say Paul Dave.
Review and rate us.
Review and rate.
Rate us, yeah.
But subscribe mostly.
Please
Yeah.
subscribe.
Yeah. Okay.
Or don't and be that way.
Tell your
So,
friends.
until next time.
See you next Tuesday.